is my game, you know I'm the master, fitting all the pieces faster and faster. Competition's on, I'm ready to compete. I'll finish that puzzle right under your feet. Putting every piece in its perfect place. Time ticking, heart racing. Gotta keep up the pace. Feeling the adrenaline is running through my veins. I'm the puzzle king. No one can beat my games. Jigsaw puzzle is my obsession. It's true, I'll conquer them too. The thrill of the chase, satisfaction I see. I'll complete the puzzle in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, we cannot do it with milliseconds, but we can do it with seconds. Then I do it from basically when you start, say go. That's my starting point.
All the pieces faster and faster. Competition's on, I'm ready to compete. I'll finish that puzzle right under your feet. Putting every piece in its perfect place. Time ticking, heart racing. Gotta keep up the pace. Feeling the adrenaline is running through my veins. I'm the puzzle king. No one can beat my games. Jigsaw puzzle is my obsession. It's true, I conquer them too. The thrill of the chase, satisfaction I see. I'll complete that puzzle in the blink of an eye. Puzzling is my game, you know I'm the master, fitting all the pieces faster and faster. Competition's on, I'm ready to compete. I'll finish that puzzle right under your feet.
Okay.
Putting every piece in its perfect place.
Yeah, so you basically you say start, 3, 2, 1, go, and then you hit. And then you hit the button on your timer.
No one can beat my games.
Okay, let me just think.
Jigsaw puzzle is my obsession. It's true, I'll conquer them too. The thrill of the chase,
That's 50.
satisfaction I see. I'll complete the puzzle in the blink of an eye. Puzzling is my game, you know I'm the master, fitting all the pieces faster and faster. Competition's on, I'm ready to compete. I'll finish that puzzle right under your feet. Putting every piece in its perfect place. Time ticking, heart racing. Gotta keep up the pace.
Hello everyone, welcome to EJJ 26. Great to see so many of you there. We'll be starting in about 9 minutes. So once again, we have a solo puzzle with the time limit will be 2 hours, and we're looking forward to seeing what puzzle we'll have today. Thanks to those who are following along on YouTube. Already have a lot of people saying hi. All right, so while we're still waiting for everyone to join us, I'd like to introduce my co-host for tonight, Catherine Beck, and you can say a few words.
Hi, everybody. I'm glad to be. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, can you hear me?
Can someone on
Okay.
YouTube just confirm that they can hear,
Thanks.
hear us?
Hi, everybody.
Okay.
Happy to be back co-hosting, and I'm especially excited today because it's Halloween. And just like somebody else in the chat on YouTube, I'm also wondering, is it going to be a Halloween puzzle or not? We shall see soon.
Yeah, so let's have... And here's our wonderful virtual assistant, Ingrid. Do you want to say hi?
Hey, hi everyone. I'm glad to be back. and watch everyone puzzling. It will be a very fun night, I'm sure about that. So I want to wish you all like hi Vesna. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so Vesna is live streaming tonight. So if you'd also like to get a closer view of how Vesna is doing, you can check out her channel Puzzling Happiness. She's live streaming. I'm not aware of anybody else, but if someone is there, they're welcome to write a message in the chat. Yeah, so I just watched your video before, Ingrid, about your new puzzle haul, and you have a really lovely new 3,000 piece puzzle to do.
Yeah, that is a very colorful one. I'm so eager to do that. I didn't start it yet, but I'm planning to do that soon. And I also got my dream puzzle, which is a giant one. And yeah, I'm eager to start that as well, but it will take some time, maybe next year. But
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, the 3,000 piece puzzle was the Karen's puzzle. So has anybody done that one? I would really love to do that puzzle. It looks so much fun. All right, so I'm just going to put Ingrid and Catherine away for the moment, and I'm just going to check that we have everybody here. If you have any questions, you can write them in the chat. Catherine's going to be checking the YouTube comments. And oh yeah, already a lot of messages. So we have lots of people following along the live stream. So we have Sandra, Lenka, Pamela, MK, BB, Mariana, Lisa, SJ, Shannon, Jim, and Lisa. So yeah, great that you're all joining us tonight. Okay, so we did have a bit of technical issues today. For some reason, our timer is not working. So normally when I say 3, 2, 1, go, at the same moment I click on our timer and it shows up with starting at 0 and goes all the way up to 2 hours. For some reason, it just changed the settings all by itself, and we only have a countdown timer from 5 minutes to 0, which is obviously not very helpful. No one will be completing this puzzle in 5 minutes tonight. So I'm going to be a bit old school. I've got my kitchen timer here, and I will write my start message in the chat, and then my husband will watch later the video and compare that with the timestamp to know at exactly which moment we started. So I will just give regular updates of the time, and I'll also comment them in the YouTube chat so everyone has like a rough idea of where we are with the timing. But sorry, we won't have that on the screen right now, and we only had like 5 minutes before that. My husband didn't have time to research that all and put in a new plugin and a new script and restart it all. So we just said we'll go back to old technology, and we'll have it back, hopefully back working for the next one.
I'll also have a timer running here just as an extra security, and then I can also see the time, and yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, and Catherine, you can give us a hint of about what you'll be chatting about later. So we'll do, as always, the top 3 finishes as interviews, and then for the slot, the last half hour or so, Catherine, you're going to share some very interesting details. Can you tell us what we can look forward to?
Yeah, so I'll be talking about the experience I had from last weekend, where I was taking part in a 24-hour puzzle marathon. So 24 hours of puzzling, and I will share all about it. So if you also have questions about that, or about puzzle marathons in general, feel free to leave them already in the chat, and then we'll get to them later on.
Yeah, that's great. I'm very curious. Like, I have so many questions. The first time I heard about like a 24 hours, like how does this even work? So I have a lot of questions myself. So I look forward to hearing more about, because you have the experience from this year, but also from last year.
There's definitely a lot to talk about. I could probably talk about it for 24 hours. All
right. So we are about 3 minutes out. So at the moment we have 68 registrations. Yeah, so the countries that are represented tonight are Argentina, Austria, Belgium, Czechia, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Hungary, Latvia, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Sweden, Switzerland, UK, USA, Germany, Ireland. Yes. So about 21 countries. So that's really fantastic. Wonderful that we have such a wide representation here. Okay, so as always, if you like, you can already get your chat message ready. You can just type done and then have it ready to go for when you finish. And yes, this one, this puzzle does have plastic stickers. So if you prefer to have a knife or a scissors handy, you can grab that now.
I'm so excited to see what the puzzle is. I'm so curious.
All right, so yeah, everyone can unwrap their puzzle. Let's see what we have today. Yes, so take off the paper and also go ahead and cut the plastic stickers.
Ooh. I can't really clearly tell what it is. I just see a relatively busy image from here where I'm sitting. I see that it's from Schmid puzzle. And I don't think I know the puzzle.
Just quickly scanning the list of names in case there's any names that I don't recognize. Okay, when you're ready, you can just place it back in the middle of the table, and then I know that you're ready to go. Okay, so doing a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off. Boxes off, pieces out. Some people are very fast at opening the box and getting the pieces out. So what puzzle do we have, Michelle? What is it?
So sorry if you were expecting something Halloween related. When I was planning the dates, I was not thinking of that at all, and I'm not actually a fan of Halloween, so it wasn't even on my radar. This is a Schmid puzzle, and it's extremely busy. It's called Garage Sale. In German, it's called Garagenflohmarkt, and it is just a whole bunch of items and signs and junk and toys all packed into one image. So some people are going to love this if they love busy images, others are going to hate it. The artist is Amy Stewart. And yeah, so you've got like lots of vintage signs on the walls with words like Imperial Tea, Watch, Lucky Star, Ginger Ale, Slow School Crossing. At the lower part of the image, you've got some board games, and there's some comic books, some furniture, and then in the very back of the image you've got a country scene with a barn and some animals and a little bit of sky. So very busy image.
There's lots of stuff in the image and a lot of places where you could start with this. I could see people starting with the kind of with the background, with the sky, that little opening with the farm in the back, because I feel like that's pretty distinct color-wise. But otherwise, you just have to kind of pull out these small sections and just start building building small things and then putting it together. Maybe doing the edge with this one might be smart to do that first. We'll see what the different strategies are going to be. We do have quite a lot of experienced and very fast puzzlers today puzzling. So I'm very curious to see how people are going to tackle this one.
Yeah, so we're going to start at the opposite end of the alphabet today, starting with Z for Zana. Zana from Latvia. We have Veroni from Switzerland, Vicky from Hungary, Vesna from Finland, Verena B. From Austria, and Valerie from Germany.
Yeah, happy Halloween to everybody in the chat who's saying happy Halloween. Do you guys have trick-or-treaters where you live? We have some, but not really a lot. People like the puzzle, I guess. And there's somebody who also says that they've done also a very detailed Schmid puzzle recently that didn't end up being that hard. So
yeah, I'm a big fan of Schmid. I've used several Schmids now in the Euro Jigsaw Jams, and like I always get really good times with them. Like I really love the quality. They have a really good fit. They have unique pieces, great quality. So I'm a big fan of them. And
yeah, I actually have a Schmid puzzle in the other room that I started before, and I didn't finish it because also it's a 1,000-piece puzzle. And I have to agree. I also really enjoy the piece cut of Schmid puzzle. I enjoy that they don't have any puzzle dust, and also not really false fits, which that's something I always dislike when puzzles have that, especially for speed puzzling. I find it kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's interesting. So MK says the blue jukebox will be the first thing to do. It's very interesting. I didn't even really notice it the first time I did this puzzle. So I've done this puzzle twice. The second time I did this puzzle, it is now my new personal best forever. So I have a really good connection with Schmid. But yeah, the first time I didn't even notice it. I did it towards the end. So it's interesting that it jumps out for you. And the second time I did it, I actually started somewhere around there because once I had like taken into account how it looks, I recognize it a lot quicker the second time. But the first time I was more attracted to the yellows, and you can see that, for example, Veroni has got some yellow pieces already connected, and Verena has some yellow pieces sorted off to the side. So it is one of the colors that sticks out. And yeah, pay attention to what Vicky is doing. She's doing her pick and place method. That's why she's
I'm always in awe of people who can do that, pick and place and just kind of guess where pieces are going to go. I'm more of a build out from somewhere type of puzzler, and but definitely with a puzzle like this, that can be a big advantage if you're good at that and you can do that and you've practiced it.
So we have Uta from Germany, Tobias from Sweden, Reza from Sweden, Teja from Finland, and Tanya from Germany. So glad to see Tanya there. She did message me earlier that she wasn't feeling the best, but I hope she'll manage to make it through.
I apologize in advance if you ever hear me coughing. I still have a cough since Valladolid. It's not leaving me. I'm trying to mute my my microphone every time I do, but I might miss the occasional cough.
Yeah, so Sandra said she bought it in our shop, this puzzle. Yeah, so I did actually have a couple of these in my shop before I decided that I was going to use it for the EJJ. So but I think only like 1 or 2 copies got sold beforehand. So yeah, Sandra bought it. So when she says she bought it for EJJ, it's not that she knew in advance what it was. It just happened to be one of the ones in my shop. So we can see Tobias is making great headway on the border. And yeah, Tanya's also working on the top of the image, on the top border.
So we're right now at about 7.5 minutes. And maybe if you guys want to, you can leave us some guesses what you think time-wise that we're going to be ending up with here. If I had to guess, I would think that this is not a super, super quick puzzle. But knowing that we have very, very fast puzzlers still here, I would say that maybe we end up with a time in the low 40s. Would be my guess. Maybe a bit ambitious. We'll see.
So here we have Steffi B from Germany, Smaranda from Romania, Siobhan from Ireland, and Sana from Finland. So Steffi's also working on the border, but also the yellow has jumped out to her. Yeah, so there is this big, like the biggest sections, I guess, like would be there's a patch of sky or like this farmyard scene. You've got the sign of the Lucky Star ginger ale, which is a lot of yellow. So you can see Steffi B has a Lucky Star already connected. There's the jukebox, as MK pointed out. And there's also like a purple motorbike in terms of sections that have a number of pieces. Everything else is just a jumble. But yeah, I have a feeling Vicky and Tobias will do very well with this because they like busy puzzles.
Yeah. Yeah, and I see that the guesses in the YouTube chat are way more optimistic than me. People are like around the 35 minutes, 36.5 minutes. If I would say if somebody can do this in under 40 minutes, that would be very, very impressive.
Yeah, so Siobhan and Sana are also working on the borders, and looks like Smaranda is more working on small builds to get herself started.
So Michelle, you said you did it twice, this puzzle. Do you mind sharing how you did?
Sure, I'll just fill up the screen. And okay, so we have Samuel from Germany, Rika from Denmark, and then Rika from Finland, Nina from Germany, and Nina from Denmark. All right, so I did this one about 2 weeks ago. My first time was 47 minutes 45.
Solid.
Which is my best ever, like, first attempt. And then
yeah, that's a great time.
So yeah, that's my best time ever for like a first attempt for myself. But I realized where I messed up, and I was like, I know I can do this faster. So I did it a second time, 40 minutes 35, which is now my personal best for any attempt.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, that's an amazing time.
Thank you. Yeah, like I do like busy images, but I thought this would be way harder just because it's like there's like 200 objects in this image. But yeah, somehow it just agreed with me.
Yeah, that's why it's so hard to tell in advance which puzzle or like how hard a puzzle is going to be. I mean, there's certain things that you can kind of tell more surely, like, oh, this is going to be slow or this is going to be very fast. But with a lot of the images, I feel you kind of know while you're puzzling, oh, this is going good, or this is harder than I thought.
Well, I have a new strategy now. So I've just done this for a few weeks now, is that when I do a speed puzzle, I do it straight away again a second time. And I have such big improvements. Like I did the Ocean Whimsy at 58 minutes, but then I wasn't so happy with that. No, that was Flower Jungle. I did Flower Jungle at 58, and then I did it a second time, like as soon as I had finished. And I did it 14 minutes faster.
Wow.
And then with Ocean Whimsy, when I did it for the UK competition, I did it at 52 minutes, which was okay. And then I did it again straight away, 48 minutes. So this is kind of like my new lucky thing. It's like I do a speed puzzle and then I do it a second time. All right, so we see lots of borders going. Nina Schix has got her border going, and Nina Gebhardt as well. Looks like Rika is still sorting. And Rika from Finland has got already a nice frame getting set up.
Yeah, I think doing the border first is probably a smart idea, and then it's also easier to place these little sections that you can build together into that frame instead of just kind of having them floating around on the table. But I know some people like that also.
So here we have Nana from Denmark, Nadia from Switzerland, Nadine from Germany, and it looks like her daughter is next to her also doing a puzzle. Very nice. Then we have Mona from Germany and Miriam from Sweden. Oh, I like what Miriam's doing. We can see some of the sky and the trees being built out with the farm animals. There's a blue jukebox, a purple motorbike, and the yellow sign. So yeah, so she's paying more attention to some of the larger features of the image. And then Nadia has also done that background scene as well.
Yeah, I think that's what I would have started with as well, just because I feel like those pieces should be relatively easy to pick out of the big pile that you have in the beginning, just because they're so different in
Grid. Mike and Mandy Smith.
and then you have to move on quickly to something else.
Sorry, Mike and Mandy Smith, your camera is off. Could you please check that? Thank you, Ingrid. All right, so yeah, so Nana Lambert has a YouTube channel, A Puzzling Lamb, and I was watching a video of hers today, a puzzle haul, and she had so many interesting puzzles and nice brands there. You have to be careful with these puzzle hauls, because it's like you watch these videos and you just want to like buy everything. But yeah, no,
somebody's... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, you're right. I should write what the name of the puzzle. The name of the puzzle is Garage Sale from Schmid.
Oh, thanks, SJ. SJ also knew everything already.
All right. Yeah. So actually, Nana mentioned that she was in the EJJ with the marmalades. That was also marmalade and jams. She showed that puzzle in her video. That was also a Schmid.
Yeah. Yeah, I also recently just got a whole bunch of secondhand puzzles from someone who lives relatively close to me. And then when I go to pick up the puzzles, I realized that a lot of them were Euro Jigsaw Jam puzzles.
Oh. So had they participated in the EJJs, or was it just a coincidence?
No, she did. So that's how you get to meet like people coincidentally in real life that are also participating, and that they had a lot of the puzzles that I didn't have. So was lucky.
Mike and Mandy Smith, your camera is off. Please check. Oh yeah, I want to show the image again. Okay, but what, Mike and Mandy, but what is your second device? Oh, the other one is called Mandy Schmid. Okay. All right. So here's the image again, so you can see all the details. So you also have, this is something that stands out. It's like not a rocking horse, but in the shape of a deer. You've also got like a guitar over here. Like a stripy towel. That was something that kind of also stood out. And then you have all this like zigzag pattern that's a rug that extends all the way up to there. So that's actually also quite a big section, but in the background of some other objects.
Yeah, what's nice about these Amy Stewart puzzles, that they have so much going on, but all the things are very distinct. So I don't often, well, I haven't done this one, but I have done a handful of other Amy Stewart puzzles, and I find it easy to recognize what is what. Like it's not like you have a piece in your hand and you don't know, does it belong to this item or to this item? It's always relatively clear like where it goes. So I really appreciate that about her designs, that that really make them really suitable for speed puzzling.
So we have Magdalena from Germany, Lena from Norway, Letizia from Switzerland, Marie from Norway, Maria TB from Sweden, and Mandy from the Netherlands. So the time is 19 minutes.
Yeah, 19 minutes, and we see a lot of borders done, a lot of these bigger sections that we were talking about before completed, but also we still see a lot of pieces just kind of randomly spread across the tables of the competitors. So some people are obviously further along than others, but in general, I would say we see mostly chaos.
And poor Mandy has a lovely tablecloth, very beautiful. But yeah, I wouldn't imagine it is very helpful for a busy puzzle.
Yeah, I would not recommend any busy underground. Then at least whether it's black or brown, but at least you have a one color underneath it, because it can be, you're just going to make your life more difficult if you have a pattern underneath your puzzle.
So we're up to the M's. We started at Z. No, actually we're up to L. And just a nice close-up of Maria's cat, box assistant, saying hello. Always cozy, always close by.
I think we should give some like extra points for when you have to puzzle with a cat on the table, because I know from experience that they push pieces on the ground and pieces are stuck underneath the cat. So it's like an extra difficulty level.
All right, so we have Laura from the UK. Oops. No, actually, might be Laura from the UK. I don't have Laura in my list of registrations, but we did have a Laura participate recently. Is that Laura Richardson? Yes, okay, good. I'll just add you to the list. All right, we have Kristen from Norway with, yeah, a lot of connected sections, a lot of islands, Great progress there from our world champion. We have Clara from Czech Republic, Kirsty from Finland, Kirsten from Germany, and Kati Reiner from Germany. So Kati is looking quite similar to Kristen in terms of progress, although Kati doesn't have the complete border.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said before, I think it helps to have the border because like you could just see Kristen just connected like all of her things, and now they're kind of set in place, and it'll be easier to add to things that are already kind of stationary and not moving around anymore. But Kati is doing a great job connecting all of her things even without the border. So I guess it's a matter of preference, of course, but it's interesting to see.
Yeah, with an image like this where you have lots of small islands, often you don't realize that you can connect pieces together. Like you think like this is still away over there. And you might be, collecting the blues and the yellows and then doing them all independently. And at some time you realize, oh, actually that blue can actually connect to that yellow part. Why didn't I do that earlier? So, yeah. And actually that was something that Amelia was talking about in her video today. She published it, I think a week or so ago when she was speed puzzling 1,000 piece puzzles. And she did an image with a lot of objects on it, with like stationary objects. And she also commented that, why didn't I connect these pieces earlier? Like I just had them like floating next to each other and I could have connected them. So yeah, here it's very patchy with the way that the islands are being built out. But yeah, that's also something I improved the second time, as I connected pieces a lot earlier on. But yeah, so it looks, from what we've seen so far, looks like Kristen and Kati are in the lead. We'll keep them up on the screen a bit longer. And yeah, but everyone's doing well. I mean, this is a trickier image.
For sure.
Yeah,
I just think it's always a nice feeling when you have these like islands, and then you can, this side is now connected to that side, and then you just feel like, and now I just have to fill in the gaps, and it feels more manageable. You get kind of like a boost, like a mental boost of like, yes, I did it. Now I can continue. I see on my screens that the Vicky is also very far ahead already. And I would say maybe she's even a bit further than Kristen right now, but it's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're at 25 minutes. So we have Julia from Austria, Johanna from Finland, Johanna Honkola is from Finland, Johanna Voria from Germany, and Joanna from Poland. So Joanna is one of the volunteers who helps out regularly, and always appreciate her help. So, but today she's participating. So Julia is making great progress, lots of connected bits, lots of islands. Okay, so we'll just move on that we can get through everyone before we have some finishes.
Yes, I see some other people that are coming up now soon to be shown on screen. You're going to be surprised how far some of them are.
So we have Jessie from Portugal, Jessica from the USA, Jenny from Finland, and Eva from Czech Republic. So yeah, Jenny's also doing really well. She's got most of the border done, got nice connected islands. Jessica's got the border done. Jessie has a lot of the middle islands very close together or very close to connecting. Very nice. Yeah, and Eva is focusing more on the upper section. Okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah, I see some people that's like Danique, that is also very fast.
Yeah,
And
Ingrid just sent me a message that Danica is very close to Kristen, so I need to check there. So we have Inga, so I'm just going to pop Kristen and Kati away for the moment so we can get through to the others at the top of the alphabet. And of course, Hannah. All right, so we have Inga from the Netherlands, Hannah from Finland. Oh, wow. So Hannah can see lots, a lot of connected in the middle. Brugie is also one of my co-hosts. She's participating today, doing great there. And Franziska, she was my assistant last week from Germany. Nice to see her participate too. Yeah, also got some good sections done. Fenna. Yeah, lots of little islands. And then Ellen from the Netherlands.
But I think Ellen is Erik.
Yes, that would make sense. Yes, Eric is registered for today. Good point. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to say Finna is from Belgium. Okay, it's closer up. So now let's see what Danika's up to. So we have Dietmar from Germany, Danica from the Netherlands, Claudia from Germany, Birgit from Germany, and hello, Birgit, and Barbara from Austria.
Yeah, and as you can see, Danique is relatively far ahead. She has a few, spots to fill in, a bit throughout the whole puzzle. There's like empty gaps everywhere, but I think maybe she's ahead of everyone.
Yeah, soon we'll have a Danique close to on the same screen as Tobias, Vicky, Kristen, that we can see them all alongside.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like Danique is definitely far ahead. And yeah, I love the lighting in Birgit's room. Looks like a great room for puzzling there. But she's doing something interesting. She's doing the border, but she's already got the connected sections off to the side, and she's using puzzle boards. That's an interesting way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I usually don't use puzzle boards for 500-piece puzzles. I've been using them. I'm going to talk about it more later, but during the 24-hour thing, we used a lot of puzzle boards. And I wonder what the technique is here to build like all these sections and then like in the end just kind of make a puzzle with the small puzzle sections and just put it all together.
So here we have Ajalin from Argentina, Arkadius from Poland, Aneta from Germany, Anami from Switzerland, with a whole family of unicorns. They've got some new friends since last time. Normally there's 2 or 3. Now there's 6 together. And we have Annelies from Belgium.
I would feel so much pressure with all these unicorns watching me puzzle.
Yeah, they have special meaning for her. They represent her family members. So she even took a couple with her in her backpack all the way up to summit of Mount Manaslu. Okay, so lots happening here. Let's narrow in on our finishes. We're almost at the top. So here's Andrea from the USA, Agata from Poland, and top right is Anna from Sweden. Just going to add Vicky and Tobias as well.
Oh, it looks like Andrea's puzzling with a broken wrist or something, with a cast on her right hand. I hope it doesn't impede her puzzling too much.
Yeah, so she had that also on the weekend with when she was puzzling together as a pair with Becca.
Mm-hmm.
So Vicky, yeah, so we saw Vicky right at the beginning when she just had like single pieces in very specific spots. She's very precise with her placing.
Mm-hmm.
And now we can see she's just got these gaps to fill. So Agata has also made great progress, lots of connections, and Tobias is well on his way. So he really likes to spread out his pieces. So I would guess less than 100 pieces for Tobias. Danica, probably about 50 pieces. Okay.
Yeah, I think even less. Maybe like 30-ish would be my guess for what I see there. So yeah, I was definitely totally off with my guessing of the time. And somebody else said 35 minutes. So I think that person is going to be probably the closest to our winning time.
So I just want to point out the assembly area. Danique has hers to the right and puzzles on the left. Same with Andrea. Same with Hannah. Kristen has it on the opposite. Kristen has her pieces on the left. Vicky has hers a bit spread out, but very close. And Tobias uses the whole table. It's interesting because in the podcast with Peace Talks with Rob and Evie and Kati was talking about one of the things that she established for herself was that having a specific assembly area was very important for her, and that helped her. So she has her puzzle pieces on the right and then assembles on the left. So that's also something to consider. So I also started doing that just before Worlds. I started having my pieces on the right and puzzling on the left. I did it opposite previously because I tried to, Emilia was the first one that I watched videos about speed puzzling. So her videos, and she always has her puzzle on the right and her pieces on the left. And so I was kind of emulating her. But then I realized for myself it made sense to have it on the other side.
Oh, and the Nick has like 4 pieces left. Last 2 pieces, and yes.
Well done,
congratulations.
So
36 minutes and like 8-ish seconds is what I have. Wow, that's
awesome.
A really, really good time.
I wonder if Danica has done this one before. She has won twice, and both times they were puzzles that she's done. So she's really amazing on puzzles. When she's done a puzzle once, like she can just storm ahead. She's really fast. So let's check out who else is close behind.
Yeah, I would say second place is up for grabs. It could go either way. Because even though Tobias looks like it's more pieces, but I think because they're so spread out, it's like deceiving in a way. It's not that many pieces. And then yeah, Kristen maybe has, I don't know, 20, 30 pieces. Hannah has also around the same amount of pieces.
So Nina Schicks is also has, yeah, not far behind. I mean, it looks like second place will be Hannah. Oh, hang on, where's Kristen? Did I not put Kristen on screen? Kristen is just, yeah. Kristen has less than 20 pieces to go.
Yeah.
And Hannah, well done, Hannah. Second place. Congratulations. Awesome. So,
yay.
First place to Danique. Oh, so that was 37-ish. So in case anyone joined late and was wondering why we don't have a timer on the screen, it's not working today, so I'm just going to write it here as I can. Yeah, so Kristen, 10 pieces behind. But yeah, amazing time. So Danica, 36 minutes. Hannah, just 1 minute later.
Yeah. Now, who will be third? Will it be... Ah, there she is.
Excellent.
Kristen is done.
Kristen, amazing. 38 something-ish.
Yeah, 38.50, I would say. Maybe a bit less. So the top 3 under 40 minutes. Surprise for me. I love getting surprised like that. Who do we have now? Tobias? Oh, yeah. Tobias, maybe like 10, 15 pieces left.
So on the screen right now, we have Andrea, Tobias, Nina, Inga, Agata, and Kati. But it looks like Tobias is bringing it home in 4th place.
Yeah. 4 more pieces. And yes.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Tobias. 4th place. Oh, I don't have Vicky. I need to check on Vicky.
Oh, yeah. Vicky still has a few more pieces. But these can go really fast with these other people. When they had 40, 50 pieces, suddenly they just went in like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I wonder if that's Andrea's dominant hand. If that's, I wonder if that's restricting her ability. I mean, it looks like she's got good mobility in her fingers, but I wonder if it's inhibiting her speed puzzling. But doesn't seem to be slowing her down. Having a cast on her hand, on her wrist.
Yeah, I think for puzzling, you don't really need to like move your wrists that much. As long as you can use your fingers, I think you're fine. But maybe there is, even if it's your wrist, it might still give you a little bit of pain to move your fingers. So I wonder how she's doing with that. But she seems to be moving her right hand more than her left hand. So
So Tanya is doing really well. So she's also got like about 40 pieces to go.
Yeah.
So glad to see that her headache is not holding her back. So she's going to make it. So the current time is 42 minutes. But it looks like Inga, well, it looks like it'll be between Inga and Nina. No, I think Andrea is slightly ahead. So top 10 looks like Andrea, Nina, Inga.
Vicky.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people coming close behind. So we've just seen some others like Mona and Julia, Agata, also not far off.
Yeah, Gail says in the chat that she has puzzled in a brace before, and she thought it was tricky because you do unintentionally try to move your wrist, so you have to make a conscious effort not to move it. Inga is done.
Inga, well done. So 5th place, Inga. Oh yeah, so just to recap, Danique 36 minutes, Hannah 37 minutes, Kristen 38. Tobias was 1 minute behind.
Mm-hmm. And now it was like 43-ish. And Nina is done. Congrats, Nina.
Well done. So yeah, so our top 6, Danica, Hannah, Kristen, Tobias, Inga, and Nina. Excellent. So yeah, at 44 minutes. But yeah, still plenty of time to go.
I'm very impressed with everyone. We are not even at the 45 minutes and we have already so many finishes. That's really, really impressive. And Andrea's done.
Andrea, 7th place. Well done.
Just under 45.
Oh,
yeah.
Sana. Okay. Sorry, stay there, Zana. We're going to check out. Sorry, we missed you. Okay, Sana has finished. Well done.
Yay, Sana. SJ says that the updates that you write in the chat with the times are getting there before people actually see the finishes on screen. That's because there's a slight delay between, what is actually happening live and the live stream on YouTube. There's like a 10-20 second delay.
But thanks for that. I'll keep that in mind. That
yeah.
I won't type them so quickly. Okay, and Vicky, well done, 9th. Okay.
Good job, Vicky. Top 10.
So on the screen right now, we have Tanya, who's about 10 pieces away. We have Julia, Steffi B, Mona, and Valerie. And Ingrid tells me I need to check on Aneta.
Let's go, Tanya.
So actually, Aneta was in Switzerland recently, where they actually had Schmid puzzles for the championship. So Aneta has been training, possibly has done this one before, because she would have been training a lot of Schmid puzzles beforehand. They used them for, individuals, pairs, and teams.
I wish Schmid would make more 500 pieces, because they do make lots. There's so much choice for the 1,000-piece puzzles, and I find they're 500-piece selection is relatively small.
I agree with you. Yeah, that's something. I hope one day to have a chat with Schmid, and that's one of their feedback I would say is,
Yes.
please widen your 500-piece puzzles. You've got so many beautiful 1,000 pieces. Can't you make them as 500 as well?
And there we go, Tanya.
Oh, well done, Tanya. Now you can have a rest.
Good job.
Good. Oh, Tanya was on your team last week, wasn't she?
Tanya was on my team last week. And
great team member.
Yeah. Oh, better said, I was on her team because I got invited to join their existing team.
So it looks like we have top 10 finishes. So Danica, Hannah, Kristen, Tobias, Inga, Nina, Andrea, Sana, Vicky, and Tanya, top 10. So MK is saying in the chat that there might be something in the works for Estonia. So a puzzle competition in Estonia, and SJ is already checking out flights from London to Estonia. Yes, please keep us updated, MK. Is there an association already, or is it something you're organizing by yourself or like with some friends? How can people find out? Do you have a Facebook page or an Instagram?
And by the way, we're still under 50 minutes. So we just reached 49 minutes. And we already have 10 finishers and soon, 11, 12, 13, very, very soon behind.
So this may have been my best result ever if I had been participating. I may have sneaked into the top 10 with 47 minutes something.
Yes.
So I'll just have to wait till somebody else organizes a puzzle competition and uses a Schmid puzzle, and then a busy Schmid puzzle, and then I might have a chance of making top 10. So Mona, 5 pieces left. Agata, about 12 pieces. All right, Mona's screen. Mona is done. Okay, for 11.
Well done, Mona.
So I think this is a good moment to bring in our speedy speedster of the evening. First place, Danica.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, you'll have to correct me. Sometimes I say Danique and sometimes I say Danica. How do we say your name?
Danique.
Danique, okay.
Yeah.
So like a silent E on the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so what did you think of this puzzle today?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Schmid is a fantastic brand, great quality, great pieces, and yeah, the busy images just, I love them. So really my type of puzzle.
Yeah. Are you familiar with this one? Have you done this one before?
I haven't done it, but I had seen it, and I had it actually on my wish list, but I decided to buy another one, the Mount Kilimanjaro with animals. So I had seen it before, but yeah.
All right. So that was your first attempt then, and an amazing time. Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Sorry, just some people just finished and I didn't have them on screen, so I'm just quickly checking them. Awesome.
Yeah,
so
Rouge is just finished. And Kati also finished. Oh, and she had 3 missing pieces.
Okay. Yeah, so we did have a problem with a missing piece with Schmid before, and you can just write to them and they will send out the missing pieces. At least that's what they told me. So Kati, you can just check with the Schmid website and hopefully get your pieces, or we just wait till the end. Maybe somebody else has the extra pieces. Yeah. So, yeah, Catherine, do you have some questions for our winner tonight?
Yeah, just a quick question from the chat. Somebody asks how you pronounce your last name, since now they know how to pronounce
True,
your
that's a
first.
good question. I've always wondered about that too.
It's pronounced like Borghout.
Borghout. Very
Yeah,
Dutch.
very Dutch, yes.
Yeah, so Danik, I've just seen you puzzling in the Euro Jigsaw Jams, and I'm very impressed. Every time I see you, you are like somewhere in the front. Is this the first time that you win, or have you won before?
I joined 2 times, I think one solo, one pairs, but those times I already had done the puzzle before. So yeah, I got lucky, and yeah, twice, yeah.
Yes, and are you planning on coming back? I mean, now you have to kind of defend your title as Euro Jigsaw Jam winner.
Yeah, I'm joining 2 others, I think, in November. And yeah, we'll have to see if I get my hands on one of the new ones, which are planned. But yeah, I will occasionally join in if I can manage.
And if you could walk us quickly like through the strategy that you used for this puzzle, like what did you start with? What was your thought process going through the puzzle while you were puzzling?
With busy images, I always sort out the edge, so I have a good starting point and I can connect pieces to it. So I did that, and then I started with the yellows because they really stood out to me. So I had little sections, and from there I went to the blues and just the bright colors. There's a purple chair, I think, on the back of the truck I did, and then the blue motorbike at the right side. So just jumping actually all over the image.
Yeah. So do you always tend to kind of go by the color? So you pick out a color and then you build that color, or is that just a general strategy that you use?
Yeah, I always choose some sections to start with, or a structure, so like a zebra, or just little sections I can distinguish easily and build out from. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting. And do you usually prefer these busy images, or if you puzzle just casually at home, or do you tend to go for more like scenery or more relaxed images?
No, I actually always choose busy images. Landscapes and big color sections are just not my type. I really struggle with those. So yeah.
Yeah, so this was right up your alley. So I guess that when you opened it up, you were happy to see.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone in the chat maybe have another question? We forgot to prompt the people to ask questions. So also, if you have questions for the second and the third finisher today, don't be shy. Like, let us know your questions.
I had a question, Danique. Do you do unusual puzzles? Like recently I've been looking at all types of like unusual puzzles, like ones made of like wood or plastic, 3D puzzles, double-sided puzzles, puzzles that don't have a square edge. Like there's quite a bizarre range out there. Do you ever try those ones?
I've tried quite a few wooden puzzles, so small ones, but also Truffle 1000, I think it was. So wooden ones, but I don't think I've tried any others.
Okay, and what kind of, tell us about the wooden puzzles that you did.
It was with hot air balloons and quite a big section of water, lake, and a forest. So that was actually quite hard to do. And wooden, of course, all the different shapes. So yeah, that took quite some time to finish.
Mm-hmm. And so at the Worlds, Alejandro released his own line of, well, the first of hopefully more of several designed puzzles, and so did his friend Lynetta. Have you ever thought, like, if you would what would your, like, if you designed a puzzle, like, what would it be like? Would you have a theme, or what would be your ideal puzzle?
Oh, that's so hard. I like fantasy themes, but then of course it would be really, really busy. So with dragons or with unicorns and stuff like that. But it would have to be really busy. Yeah.
So maybe like a Jan van Hasteren filled with like dragons and unicorns.
Well, unfortunately to the Dutch, I really don't have Jan van Hasteren puzzles. I don't like them. They're not my type. So I'm not typically Dutch in that way.
Oh, really?
I have none Jan van Hasteren.
But aren't you competing in the Jan van Hasteren competition though?
No, I don't.
Oh, you should. You would win. Like, really. You're so fast. You would have a really good chance. So reconsider that.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, it's just not my type of puzzle. No, I don't like the illustrations, or no.
I'm totally with you on that. I also live in the Netherlands, and people always ask me if I wanted to compete, and I just can't do it. I don't want to. But it surprises me because they are like relatively busy images also, the Jan van Hasteren puzzles, but busy in a different way.
Yeah, it's just a totally different kind of illustration than what I like. So
yeah, and I think it goes a bit back to what I was talking about before. If you have like an Amy Stewart busy puzzle, you see a piece and you immediately know what it belongs to. Whereas if you have a Jan van Hasteren puzzle and you see a piece and it's like, okay, it's blue jeans and all the characters are wearing blue jeans, you don't know where it goes. And you find yourself kind of just looking at the puzzle, looking at the piece, and it's not really, super speedy.
So if you could then, if you don't like Jan van Hasteren, like, what kind of, I don't know, if there was a championship in the Netherlands with a different brand, like which brand would you, or with the style of with the different artists, then which would you be motivated to participate, and who would it be, or which brand would it be?
I like a lot of brands, so Bluebird, Truffle, Enjoy, Ravensburger, Schmid, actually all other brands. I do like Amy Stewart. I just did like another busy puzzle, and I have quite a few from her. So probably that would be a good way to start if it ever comes to the Netherlands.
So an Amy Stewart competition, that would be really cool.
Yeah, I would go to that.
Nice, yeah. Well, because they I think is it April? I think there's some month on Instagram where they do like the Amy Stewart month, and then everybody brings out the Amy Stewart puzzles, because there's Amy Stewart on so many different brands in Ravensburger, Schmid. I've got a Bluebird puzzle from her, and then you also have in America, like Buffalo, I think uses a lot of Amy Stewart designs. So yeah, maybe one day there'll be an Amy Stewart themed puzzle competition.
Amy Stewart, if you hear this, this is your chance. Get in contact with us. We'll organize it.
Great. Well, thanks so much for your time tonight, Danique. And actually, Catherine, you should read the comments for the question for Danique.
Yeah. For the question I mean, it was also asking if she was going to compete in the NK, which is the Dutch championship. And then somebody wanted to know where Patrick goes when you do the Euro Jigsaw Jams.
He just sit on the sofa. So sometimes he walks by and just watches, and then it's like, oh, you're doing good, or and then he walks back to the sofa.
Yeah. Well, he also says that it stresses him out how fast you are puzzling.
He sometimes tries the Euro Jigsaw Jam puzzles, and individually he isn't that fast as he wants to be. So he has to train a lot, but he doesn't really like get them to do it on his own. So better with pairs. He enjoys pairs better. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He can profit of having a very fast partner.
Yeah, mostly I feed him just sections so he can work on, and then he doesn't have to search for his own between the pieces. So I guess, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So thanks very much, Danique. And yeah, we'll see you again another time. Congratulations on your win tonight.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And bye, Patrick. So we've had a lot more finishes. Okay, so we've had roughly 30 finishes at 1 hour and 2 minutes.
Wow, you guys. Everybody's so good. 30 people in under an hour, pretty much. That's pretty impressive.
So on the screen right now, we have Claudia, Veroni. It looks like Veroni's missing a piece.
Yeah, Kati said she was missing 3 pieces.
Okay, yeah, that is unusual for Schmid. Yeah. Jessie is very close to finishing, as is Zana and Rika as well. So, good job, everyone.
The Amy Stewart month is called All Amy April. So it is April.
All Amy April.
Yes, thanks, Gail, for the information.
All right, so Veroni is done. Yeah, so as always, if you have missing pieces or you have extra pieces, please post it on Instagram or send us a picture and then we'll try to match it up. Unfortunately, yeah, so last week was, or the last EJJ was really bizarre that we had so many extra pieces. We had like over 200 extra pieces across the different participants. Well done, Jessie.
Yay.
And Claudia.
Congrats.
So just get some more people on the screen and then you can get the second place for tonight, Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Mintu.
Hello.
Hello.
Got your pairs partner there.
Yes, she always wants to join me for the interview.
Yeah, very nice.
She's doing her homework at the same time.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on tonight's puzzle, Hannah?
I loved it. This is exactly my style, and I love Amy Stewart puzzles. I have done this puzzle once over 2 years ago when I didn't know anything about speed puzzling. So I was very happy with the puzzle. Yeah.
Very good. And yeah, what were your favorite sections of the puzzle, or what stood out to you?
Like the games, the chessboard and the cards in the front, and also Lucky Star, the yellow advertisement. Yeah, and also the planes in the ceiling.
Oh yeah, the planes hanging from the ceiling. Yeah. Those.
Okay.
Oh, now
More people joining.
I recognize him, but he's missing a Finnish flag. So he's like the #1 Finnish cheerleader. Like every time at the Worlds that the camera moved to the crowd, there he was waving the Finnish flag. Often 2 of them. So
yeah, they were very, very good in cheering for me and other Finns.
So how was that having your family with you at the Worlds?
It was. I had like mixed thoughts about it. It was very nice to have the kids and my mom there to cheer for me and to have a family with me. But also I had to divide my attention between the puzzle people and my family. So I don't know what I will do next year because I would like to spend more time with the puzzle people, of course. Also I have to rest because the competition is tough. So yeah, mixed thoughts.
Sorry, what was the last thing you said?
I had to rest between the competitions, so that's why I can't spend all day with the puzzle people, even if I don't have my family there. So, yeah. It was lovely seeing you, Michelle, and everyone else in the world. And I was regretting that I didn't have enough time to speak with everyone. Like afterwards, I was like, oh, I didn't see that person and that one also. And maybe next year.
Yeah, I regret not taking any more pictures with people because I met people, I talked to them, and then I forget that I talked to them, and I would have loved to have like a gallery of pictures of like, oh yeah, we did meet.
Yeah, but that was good when I have my family with me. They could take the photos. That was useful. Yeah.
So I'm just doing the time update. We just had about 37 finishes.
Well done, Riikka.
At 1:08-ish. Yeah, so the time is 1 hour and 8 minutes, so still 52 minutes to go. If this is not your type of puzzle and it's still looking a bit chaotic, don't lose hope. There's almost an hour left to go. All right, and so what was the impression of your mum of the whole event?
Oh, she loved the community, and also she became very good friends with the mom of my teammate Rosa. So they have met already in Finland. They have gone to a cafe together, and they're gonna do a puzzle together also. So it was not only me who made new friends, but also my mom and the kids also loved the puzzle people. So it was very nice.
Very nice.
Someone from the chat wants to know if you were to do the puzzle Pink Thunder in a pair, if you would choose to do the pink part or the black part.
Oh, I hated it all. But I think for me, the black part, it might be even better. Yeah.
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 Are you more like into the puzzling on shape if it's just one color, or are you going to try to...
I'm trying to find the tiniest details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question is if your children would also like to be like you, if they would also want to be speed puzzlers, and if so, who of them would like to be a speed puzzler?
I have 3 kids. The oldest one is at her dance practice. I don't think she wants to be a speed puzzler. What about you?
Don't know.
She doesn't know. Oiva? Mintu is saying she prefers dance, and I think Oiva too. But like, we have the Finnish nationals this spring, so let's see what is the date and if we can make it, and if I can make a kids team out of my kids and kids from our friend family. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but no, not really. None of them is really into speed puzzling. No, they have their own passions.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it would be fun if these competitions would have more also children categories. I think then it wouldn't be so scary for a kid to participate, you know, if like there's a bunch of other kids that are participating.
Yeah, and Alejandro spoke to my son Oiva at the Worlds and asked, why are you not competing? Next year you will have to compete. So let's see what happens.
It's in your DNA to puzzle fast, like you should use it.
Yeah, well, I have also a lot of experience, not only genes.
Astrid would like to know, how is the puzzle lighting at this time of year? I'm assuming, I don't know exactly where you are in Finland, but since you are in Finland, I can assume that you don't have that much daylight right now.
No. If I try to take a photo of a puzzle after work, because in the evening I can't take it, it's so dark. It starts to get already dark at 4 p.m. already now, and in a few weeks it will be so dark. So yeah, it's not good. I have decent lighting. This puzzle, it was no problem. But the nature puzzles or photo puzzles, it's more a bigger problem then.
Do you only have your overhead light, or do you have another light that you could point from the side or something like that?
No, I don't have that kind of light, but maybe I will have to buy one.
Yeah, I have a relatively cheap, a ring light, that people use for social media content and stuff, and it's on a stand, and you can kind of angle it whichever way you like, and I find that helps instead of having just the light from the top.
Yeah, I will have to try that. Yes, good idea.
Yeah. And then one last question, or one question still, is if you have any speed puzzling goals. I mean, I would assume your goal would be to become first at the World Championship.
Well, I don't think I will never be a world champion, but I would like to have fun and do my best and maybe keep my position from this year. My goals for the next upcoming months is to do more puzzles that are not speed puzzles. For my collection, I have way too many puzzles, so I want to do some of them. And puzzle with my family and friends. And what did I stay in top 10 in Euro Jigsaw Jams? Worked out today, fine.
Yes, so far so good.
Yeah, I will be competing next week on Monday and Thursday. Then I will be not competing for a month, I think, or something. Yeah, I had some more goals, but I don't remember them anymore.
So,
well, I mean,
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Catherine.
No, I was just saying that, I mean, you named a bunch of goals, so no need to come up with more.
So I just wanted to ask Hannah, aside from the EJJ competitions, have you signed up for any upcoming competitions elsewhere?
Yeah, we're going to the 24-hour competition in France with Andrea, Victor, Chiara, Alejandro, and Karen. So I'm so excited about that. It's going to be a blast. Yeah.
I want to be there just to watch you guys.
Oh, we have so fun plans, and Andrea might be coming here to Finland before the competition, and then we travel to France together, and that's the plan at the moment.
When is that competition, and where is it?
It's in March, and I don't know how to pronounce, or I don't even remember the place, but it's to the west from Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like in the countryside, I think. Sorry, French people, if I'm offending you, not knowing where it is.
Is it a competition
in March? Yeah.
Is it a competition maybe in Brittany, like a Bretagne?
Yeah, it's the one that I mentioned to you, Kath, to the team, and no one had time or was interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very popular. It sold out in 15 minutes, I think. Chiara registered us in the middle of night.
It sounds so exciting. I mean, such an all-star team. You don't have, Alejandro doesn't always have to represent Spain. I mean, I've often thought, what would it be like if we took like the best people from each country and put them in a team? This is just amazing. It sounds like so much fun. You got so much experience on that team, and you're just gonna have a blast.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. And also, I'm asking you, Michelle, when are you gonna do the solo 1,000-piece competition?
That's in January.
Yay!
Yeah, so I've picked the puzzle, I've ordered the puzzle, I've done it. It's so much fun.
That's right.
Yeah, so it will be in January on a Sunday. Yeah, I had a question. Yeah, so something I was wondering if it's better to start at like, because we need a bit more times, so more than 2 hours. I was wondering if I should start it at 10 a.m. so 10 till like 1. So in the early part of the day, or do it kind of like mid-afternoon, like 2 till 5 p.m. So I don't know if anybody has any ideas about that, they can let me know.
Earlier we might have light in Finland in the afternoon, no
okay.
light. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever is best for everyone else.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you definitely want to be part of. Oh yeah, true. Because we were sitting at the same at the same table at Taco Bell, and that's when you were like, "Yes." No, you weren't there.
No, it wasn't me. It was someone else.
But I said it. I said, "Oh, Hannah asked me about a 1,000 piece puzzle." Or somebody mentioned Hannah wants to do 1,000 pieces, and then Andrea was like, "Yep, that would be good
she's
too."
up for it too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I heard that because I had not really had that on my radar about doing a 1,000 piece puzzle for solo. I had considered it for pairs, and I was thinking, well, normally you do 1,000 piece puzzles with teams, but how can you organize teams for an online event? That's too hard logistically. So I'm glad, that you and some others said that would be that you'd be up for that, and it's planned. It's in the planning. I haven't set the date yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, perfect.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Hannah, and
thank you.
Mintu. See you.
Mintu Vilkala.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so the time is 1 hour and 18 minutes.
People in the chat are talking about how to say puzzle in different languages. So I would encourage everyone who's in the chat from a different country, write in the chat what puzzle is in your language.
Yeah, so
we've seen very interesting ones.
All right, so I've lost track of how many finishes, but it's over 40 by now. So I just want to make a reminder that if you've finished your puzzle and you would like to continue listening to the live stream, please go ahead and after you've done your done message to log out and hop over to YouTube. We still have a lot of accounts in the Google Meet with cameras turned off, and it just makes Ingrid's job a bit more tougher. So we would love to hear your comments. Hop over to YouTube and let us know what you think. All right, so all right, then let's bring in Kristen. Oh. Hi, Kristen.
Hello.
Oh, who do you have?
It's a cat.
Who do you have? That's a big cat. Big and fluffy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, who's that?
He's called Kattungen. It's it's just like Norwegian for kitten.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Very nice. So not so much of a kitten anymore. Very nice and fluffy. They looks like my first cat.
Wow.
Ah, beautiful. Nice to cuddle.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you think of tonight's puzzle?
It was fun. I always love like Amy Stewart puzzles. They're really they're really fun to do and some nice images. I don't always love like Schmid puzzles, but it was okay.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite Amy Stewart puzzle?
I think maybe that perfect piece is like it's a Ravensburger 500. It's like an orange cat.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, I don't know, a book with flowers and stuff.
Yeah, that one looks really lovely. Yeah, she has a lot of because we have some of her puzzles in our shop, and she has like a tabletop or like a desk series. So like archaeologists archaeologist's desk
Yeah.
is one of them, but that's the Ravensburger. But she has like one, so always like with a table and then a bunch of objects on it, and yeah, like the one that you mentioned. And she also has one with like a garden theme, so like with gardening gloves and seed packets and different tools and a breakfast scene. So yeah, I think that's yeah, so that's definitely one of her styles, to have like these tabletop scenes, and I quite like them as well.
Yeah, they're really fun to do.
Mm-hmm. And so what do you think was the trickiest part of this puzzle?
Just everything. There were so many like small details, and it was kind of dark. I didn't really get like a good flow, but I chose to do like the edge quite early on, and that helped. But yeah, it was quite hard.
Yeah, there is just a really high number of objects in this image to kind of take it in, like every time, like you have to do it at least once before you kind of know what everything is in there, like, because when you just like glance at the image and then look back at the pieces, like you don't really know what you're holding or like recognize the images, and then later like I found like, oh, that's that, and like there's just so many details that you notice while you're doing it, and then once you do it a second time, you can kind of like soak it in and enjoy the image a lot more.
Yeah.
Do you ever do like puzzles 2 times, like immediately, like if you do a puzzle once and then you just try and just once you know it to go and do it again really fast?
No, I like to wait a couple of weeks at least. Yeah.
Okay. And what's your reason for that?
I haven't really thought about it. Maybe I should try to do them like at once. But yeah, just because I think I remember them too well if I do it immediately. So I feel like it doesn't necessarily reflect how well it. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. No, like because you have given yourself too much of an advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of. But I think it's probably good practice that as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody would like to know, and it kind of goes along with what we were just talking about. How often do you usually do the same puzzle? And what is your best time for any 500-piece puzzle, no matter how often you have done it? So not necessarily a first try.
It depends on the puzzle. I think like most puzzles, I've probably done more than twice. Maybe like 3 times and up. My best time, I think it's around like 24 minutes. It was one of the postcard puzzles, but it's not something I like try to get my time as low as possible. Yeah.
Do you prefer to be consistent with your times over different types of puzzles then? Or what is the thing that you strive for when you're doing the puzzles?
I mean, most of the time it's like best first try, and also not doing like bad choices. A puzzle can be difficult, and like you can have some like difficulties with assembling it, but the moment I like make a wrong choice, I get really upset.
And do you notice that you're making the wrong choice already while you're puzzling, or is it something that you realize later or afterwards?
I think both happens. Like sometimes I'm very much aware that I'm doing something like not strategically good here, but I just can't seem to like make a switch. So I just keep going at it.
Yeah. And if you do notice that you're doing something and like is it something you like consciously you go like, oh, this is wrong, I should do something else, but you're like kind of stuck on that thing, or like you I don't know, you're just like stubborn with like, oh, I need to finish that first before I move on to something else?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like you're suddenly two persons, and one is just insisting that I'm doing this part now, and you can't stop me. At the same time, I'm like thinking, no, you should just definitely like swap, do something else. But yeah.
Okay, let's move on to like a different question. Somebody wants to know how has your life been after winning the World Championship this year? And I also would like to know if you got sick this year, since last year you got COVID, right?
Yeah, I also got COVID this year, along with a lot of other people, I understand. So I think I was sick for like 3 or 4 weeks. So it's been kind of exhausting, really. And I'm not doing any puzzling. Yeah, on a puzzle break, which is kind of sad, but I hope maybe like in December I will do more puzzles, have more time. And I really would like to do like more like bigger puzzles. That would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's something we've heard now from a couple of people, and myself included. I bought myself some puzzles before I went to Worlds, so that when I would come back, I would have these like bigger projects kind of waiting for me, just to also have a break from speed puzzling. And I also got sick. I still have a cough. So yeah, a lot of people got sick from Worlds. How can we prevent that next year?
Yeah, I have no idea. I even had COVID like this summer, so I thought maybe I was like better prepared, like I wouldn't catch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was wrong. But I guess like people are coming from all over the world, so it's quite difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. Another question is if you got any attention from like Norwegian media, since you got the title this year of the world champion.
Yeah, I did. There was a couple of local newspapers and also national newspapers. Yeah, so one of them made. I think it was quite a good article about me and just speed puzzling in general. So I was quite pleased with that. And then there were also some like short social media videos they made. I wasn't that happy about them, but yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see that this year there were more, in general, more attention in the media for the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship across different countries. Like there was a German film team there, I think, that was interviewing some of the German puzzlers. And I've read a bunch of articles from the US that were about the World Championship. So I'm always happy to see attention being brought to the sport and hopefully attracting more people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, some people are speculating the venue is too small. There's too many people in a small venue. I have to agree somewhat that if you're in there for hours, especially for the team events, the air just kind of gets stuffy and you just want to have fresh air. So I wonder if that might be a concern to like switch venue, or have it better ventilated or something.
I mean, I guess it will happen eventually, that it will be like outgrow the dome. So hopefully somewhere with better air and yeah.
Yeah. Some people are saying they were there, they didn't catch anything. You're lucky. Yeah, I think that's all from the questions from the YouTube chat. Yeah, do you want to, like, I don't know, maybe share another tip or something that the people that are now still working on the puzzle that could maybe help those people that are still puzzling?
I'm not sure. There's just a lot of detail, so it was quite hard to, like, maybe don't try to do the carpet, the rug, because I tried that and it didn't work.
Kristen, I just have one more question. Well, actually, I have two questions. Do you have a, like? So obviously, we've seen like your final moments, winning the competition, and also like the celebration and prize giving. Well, I assume most people have. Outside of what was filmed, like, do you have just like a favorite memory or something funny or something nice that happened? Some memory you'd like to share that wasn't like part of the competition? Something that didn't happen in the dome?
I'm not sure. I mean, what I remember most is like winning and the moments like afterwards. But I don't know, maybe it's like on tape, but I remember my mom coming like into the competition area like afterwards. And that was like the first time I couldn't like hold back my tears. So like, I was just so moved. So that was quite nice. And I also remember like one of the other Norwegian puzzle people from Team Puzzling. She like picked me up and we just like swirled around.
Oh, that's lovely. And then, so how do you celebrate like becoming world champion? Like, what do you do when you leave the dome?
Yeah, we just went for ice cream, like all the Norwegian puzzlers. And then we just went to bed, I think. Yeah. And of course, I haven't like celebrated anything after coming home because I was sick and other people were sick. So yeah, maybe it's too late now.
Mm.
No, it's not too late to celebrate. You can still throw yourself a party.
Yeah, maybe like a puzzle party in December. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Yeah, no, you got to celebrate somehow in Norway for the people who weren't there at Valladolid. Just as like a segue to like Catherine's talk, which is coming up in a bit. Have you ever considered doing like a 24-hour puzzle competition or some long team marathon event?
I mean, we talked about it just now before the competition started because I heard Catherine mentioning it. I mean, it sounds really exhausting, like 24 hours. But it's probably a lot of fun also. So maybe one day we'll go. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
it's more fun than it is exhausting. You only notice you're exhausted later when you're home.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll see some more marathon events pop up in Europe. I mean, so far I've seen them in Spain, Belgium, and France. So maybe I need to organize one for Germany. We'll see. Well, I'm taking part in a 10-hour event on Sunday with Catherine and the Luxembourgish team, so I'll get a taste of that. But it's only 10 hours compared to 24. So yeah, we'll see how I like it.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much, Kristen. Thanks for talking with us, and congratulations on a 3rd place. And yeah, see you next time.
We will see you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Great. So yeah, we still have so still puzzling. We have Kirsten K, Kirsty, Teresa, Anna, Clara, and Samuel, and Marie just finished. Congratulations. So Catherine, you can go ahead and tell us about the format. How does a 24-hour puzzling event work?
So, how does it work? You sign up, you have a team of minimum 4 people. I don't think there was a maximum of how many people could be in your team. And then every team gets assigned like a seating area, and it's kind of like a little box. And then you just get one puzzle after the other. So it depends on who organizes it, how exactly it is done with the puzzles. Now in Hanu, the first puzzle, you could go and grab it, and then they did like a countdown, and then the people could run from the place where they grabbed the puzzles just to the table. And then when you were done with a puzzle, a judge would come to your table and like write the time on a piece of paper, and then someone from the team would take the piece of paper, run to the front, hand over the piece of paper, then get the new puzzle in exchange, and then run back to the table, and then you would just continue puzzling like that for 24 hours.
So there is some running involved. That's something I didn't expect. So it's not that you have a stack of, you don't come to your table and there's 10 puzzles already sitting there. You start off with one puzzle or
no,
0?
You start off with 0. So the first puzzle, one person from each team went to the area where they were distributing the puzzles. They gave everybody a puzzle, and then they did a countdown, and then the people could run back to their spaces where they were supposed to go. So yeah, some people are a bit closer by, and others a bit further away. But in the grand scheme of things, if you're puzzling for 24 hours, not necessarily every second counts. It's not like doing a 500-piece puzzle at Worlds where literally every second counts, but there, it's the minutes, it's the pieces that count. So even if you're like 10 seconds slower in the beginning, if you're a fast team, it's not going to make a difference.
Oh, Teresa is about to place your last piece. Well done, Teresa. You made it.
Woo.
Woohoo! All right. Okay, so how many people participate in this competition?
So there were, I think, around 120 teams, between 120 and 130. And as I said, every team has at least 4 competitors. So 120 times 4. And then, our team, we were 8 people. So there were quite a lot of people. It was
that's
loud.
Like 500 to 600 people in there.
Yes.
So one of the first things that comes to mind when you say 24-hour is like, okay, do you have naps? And if so, where? And like, how do you do a schedule? How do you work out who's at the table and who's having a break? How do you plan that?
Yeah, so Tanya made the schedule for all of us, and she did it in a way where we were always puzzling either for an hour or 2 hours, and then would have a break of an hour or 1.5 hours or sometimes 2 hours. And if we wanted, like I requested to have a little bit of a longer break in the night so I could sleep a couple of hours in a row, and then you can accommodate for that if you are with 8 puzzlers. You can only puzzle with 4 people at a time. Excuse me. So basically, one person has to be the scheduler and just make a schedule and hope that everybody's going to be fine with the schedule. And then you can sleep. Some people came with a camping car, and they would just then sleep in their camping car. Other people would sleep in their cars. A lot of people, including me, were sleeping at the venue, just in a sleeping bag, and I had one of those foldable beds. And it was not the most relaxing way to sleep, just because you have to imagine you're in this. It's kind of like the venue there was like a closed off market space. So it was kind of looked like an airplane hangar. Like it was like a half circle, and just if nothing's there, I'm assuming it's just totally empty. And it was also very, very hot inside because it was a hot day before. And with all the people inside, it was very hot. So you have to imagine you're in there, the lights are on, the music is playing loud. People have like little bells and whistles and stuff to get the attention of the judges. So like every 5 minutes, somebody is like yelling for the judge, or there's a bell going off to call a judge to the table.
Oh, wow.
So but at some point you're so tired, you are going to like nap. But in the end, I didn't really manage to like actually sleep very much. So you just have to go into it thinking, you have to go well rested into it and plan that when you come home, that you have a lot of time to catch up on sleep. I slept 12 hours when I came home. Yeah.
I have to wonder, you would have to have a very specific location for an event like this, because if it was just in a typical neighborhood, or people would not be happy with like music playing all through the night and 500 people making quite a commotion.
Yeah, I mean, this location was kind of just in a random neighborhood. Like the whole streets around it were just parked full of cars, and people would sleep in their cars. And so there was, but I'm assuming that the people from the community know that it's just once a year, and it's in a weekend, and they always do it the weekend where they switch the clocks. So you have this extra hour in the night to puzzle. And from the outside, you didn't really hear the music that much. So I think the people are okay with it. This was the 37th edition, so they've been doing it for they've been doing it for quite some time. And I'm assuming if the neighbors had a big problem with it, that they would not be able to do it anymore.
So tell us about the puzzles that we used.
Yeah, so the puzzles were all, half of the puzzles were like Jan van Haasteren puzzles, and the other half was the Wasrij puzzles. And then there were jigsaw backwards puzzles.
Jigsaw backwards. So Jan van Haasteren, Wasrij, and was it Falcon? Was it the other
and a few falcons, yeah. I think 2 falcons out of the ones that we did, and we did 15. So
15 puzzles. Wow, that's a lot.
We started 15. We only finished 14. The last one we just started in the last few minutes and just put together whatever we could.
And so how do they, what type of people does this event attract? Like, do you see a lot of people from Worlds, or is it more local people? Is it families? Who's up for this type of event?
there's friend groups there that are just there to have a good time. We were sat relatively close to a team that were just drinking beers after beers and like having a great time the whole time. As you might have seen, like the first couple of teams, including us, and let's say everyone like in the top 15 was probably taking it more serious and actually doing it to be in the top 10 or the top 5 or whatever. The team that won was a team with Alejandro, with Gisela, with the 2 Annas, and some other people from from the non-stop team and like the Spanish team. On number 2 was a team with the Check Us Out, I think was their name, with Teresa, and also I always forget her name. Is it Simona from the My Speed Puzzling?
Yes,
She was in
Simona
that.
from myspeedpuzzling.com, yeah.
Yes, and they had a team with only 5 people, so they were puzzling really like all the time. And then in 3rd place was a team with Chiara and Stein. Peace of Mind. They go quite a lot of these places. Do I get to take all the puzzles home? Yeah, you get to take all the puzzles home that you open. So every puzzle that is open belongs to the team, and then you just have to agree within the team who gets which puzzle. So we all got to take home 2 puzzles each. And if you're wondering about the puzzle size, in this competition, we had one puzzle with 500 pieces. That was the one that we started with. And after that, every puzzle was either 1,000 pieces, 1,500, and there was even one 2,000-piece puzzle in it, which, by the way, was hell. It was the sand hell.
That was a Jan van Husteren, wasn't it? 2,000 pieces. I actually have a 1,000-piece Jan van Husteren in the kitchen of my office, actually. So I realized that I was like wasting time just watching videos in my lunch break. So I brought a whole bunch of puzzles to the office, and the one that I opened today was a 1,000-piece Jan van Husteren, but a very nice one. Like, not so many people, not like, I mean, there are some where it's just like completely like 100 different people. This one had a lot more other kind of hot air balloons and some other features in there, which made it actually, I've done it once before, it was actually quite pleasant, but I can understand like 2,000, that just sounds like a nightmare.
I'm just really happy I didn't have to puzzle it. It happened to be during my my night break, but I've heard from all of my team people that it was very, very exhausting, and they all thought it's never going to end.
Yeah, so Freya is asking, do you all do the puzzles in the same order?
Yes, so the order is predefined by the organizers, and as the first team starts with a puzzle, they kind of in front of at the stage, they have a little thing where they write puzzle number 1, puzzle number 2, puzzle number 3, and then they always put the puzzles there so that as soon as one team has done a puzzle, it's visible to everyone, and you can send someone from the team to the front, like to take a picture of the puzzle. You can already start strategizing, maybe about how you're going to solve it when it's your time to do it.
Mm-hmm. And what are the prizes for this competition?
So the prizes, I found out later, were all sponsored prizes just by people that were, supporting the organization. And most people got to take home some what they call in French a courbet, so like a little basket with wine and maybe chocolate or chips or like some local beers or something like that. And we won an air fryer.
It does sound quite... Sorry. And what else did you win?
One pair of earrings.
Okay. It sounds quite random at a puzzle competition. And then the next question is, okay, how do you decide from 8 people who takes the air fryer home and who takes the earrings home?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, all of us already owned an air fryer except for one. So we just decided that she can take the air fryer, and in return, she abstained from taking home any of the puzzles. And that way, everybody else could take 2 puzzles. And yeah, nobody wanted the earrings. And one of us said they had a daughter that might enjoy them. So we were just like, take them for your daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll just give a time update. So we have 8 minutes left, and we have Kirsty and Clara still puzzling. So yeah, do your best, as many pieces as you can in the next 8 minutes. And Kirsty, you're getting close. I think you can make it. Keep on going. We've got some nice little holes there. Just pop those pieces in those holes, and we'll get back in a few minutes after that. So, and what was the results?
So the results, I'm just have to look that up quickly. We came in 4th place. That I can tell you already now.
Oh, that's awesome. From how many teams again?
Yeah, 100. I don't know exactly, 120-ish, maybe a little bit more.
But yeah, so that's a good point though. So all the top 4 teams all had like people from the worlds there. So like people who would classify their hobby as speed puzzlers, not just like people who do a puzzle now and then and get together with friends. Like you all have experience.
The first group was the team No Name. They placed 20,000 pieces in total. So that's about 833 pieces per hour, which is crazy if you think about that, you're going to do a 1,500 piece puzzle and a 2,000 piece puzzle way slower than you would a 1,000 piece puzzle.
So how many pieces were like from the top team? How many pieces?
20,000 and 1.
20,001. Yeah, one piece can make a difference. 20,001 pieces within 24 hours. So now we have a benchmark. Okay. So Victor, Hannah, Andrea, Karen, and Chiara, and Alejandro. Yes. Next year, more than 20,001 pieces, at least 20,002 pieces.
It really depends, though, on what kind of puzzles there are. Because last year, their team managed to do 24,000 pieces in 24 hours. And I'm assuming that there they didn't have a 2,000.
They did 24,000
last year. Yes,
24,000. Okay.
Yeah. And then the Czech team, they were only about 750 pieces behind. So they have 19,243 pieces. And then Chiara's team was about 800 pieces behind that. And they had 18,480 pieces. And then comes a big gap because then it's our turn and we had a bit over 15,500 pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's amazing. So I'm excited to see what we can do in 10 hours. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a moment, Catherine, because Kirsty is on her way, her 5 pieces to go. Go, Kirsty.
Go, go, go.
Awesome.
Yay.
Congratulations. Sneaked in. So there's 4 minutes to go. So Clara, keep on going.
And maybe what's also interesting to know is that the last placed group, so number 126, they placed a total of 4,199 pieces in the 24 hours.
So place 126 did 4,000 pieces. Okay.
Yes.
No, okay, so but you still have 4 minutes or 3 minutes left now. So Clara, you can just still place some more pieces, or you've already counted? Okay, so she just wrote that she has 194 pieces left. Okay. So yeah. Okay. That's all right. Just, then keep on going. We're just going to keep on chatting. So yeah, you just keep placing those pieces. So MK is asking, how do I get the puzzles, because he wants to organize something in Estonia. So because I'm a business, I purchase the puzzles. So I have to contact the supplier directly and then purchase them. If you are doing it as like I don't know, non-profit, an association, or even just as something, just getting something going, you should try to contact someone like Ravensburger or Cherry Patsy, so actually a manufacturer, and they are very often happy to sponsor the puzzles. So that's a way for you to get some puzzles for everyone there. Or you can contact me if you wanna have a chat about that. So there's a funny comment. So we just coming up to 2 hours, and so Kirsty finished and Clara had 194 left, but that's okay. We'll just keep on chatting because there's also some more comments in there. So Victor made a funny comment about the prizes. So I just have to find it. Victor said, well, you can divide the prize into 2 earrings and air and the fryer. So someone gets the air, someone gets the fryer, and then one person gets 1 earring. But then Patrick said that in the Netherlands, they have a competition called the Dutch NK air fryer throwing. And I said had to say, is that real? Okay, apparently that's a thing. So there is a competition these days for everything. Sounds a bit sad because I'd rather just use an air fryer for cooking my dinner. But sounds like it's a real thing. So SJ says maybe we can get an EJJ co-host team together for a contest sometime. Yes, that would be amazing. That would be awesome. All right, so back to the 24-hour. So we just talked about the prizes, the time. Well, we know what the time is. It's 24 hours, but so it ranges from 4,000 pieces up to
20,000.
20,000 this time, and in perfect conditions last year, or with less difficult puzzles, up to 24,000. And how did you prepare for this competition? Like, what do you do beforehand in communication with your team? But what also do you do personally? Like, what's important to find out before the competition?
I think most important is just to be rested when you get there, so that you're like in a relatively good shape when you arrive, and just know in your mind that you're going in for a marathon. And what is nice about switching in and out of speed puzzling is that, you know, if you puzzle that much in a row, at some point you do get tired, and you start to get tired faster and faster. Like the first time I could puzzle maybe for 4 or 5 hours straight without like too much of a problem, but then I have an hour break, and then the next time I'm already tired after 2 hours, and then the next time I'm already tired after an hour. So it's better to pace yourself and actually try to rest during the time that you're not puzzling, so that when it's time for you to go back, you can bring the new energy in. Like when you swap someone out, you bring the new energy. You can motivate maybe the people that have been already busy with the puzzle. And I would say just communication. Talk about what you're doing. Talk about what everybody wants to do. What are you planning to do next after that? I found it helpful to just relatively often switch, just switch positions or switch like puzzle boards that you're holding, or just get around, move a little bit. Excuse me. Get a different perspective on the puzzle if you're stuck, because often you move around and then suddenly you see a bunch of pieces that fit where you were just on, but you couldn't see it before. And just to keep the spirits up, like try to have a positive attitude the whole time, and bring good energy to the team.
So what do you do about food during this time?
So they had food there that we could purchase. They had everything. They had breakfast, they made lunch, they made dinner. They had kind of a whole menu going on. They had also just, you could also just buy some like baked goods, muffins, things like that. They had a candy place where you could like buy some candy if you just needed some sugar. I do have to say that it was a little on the pricier side. The things that they were selling were more on the pricier side, but they were of good quality, and parts of the revenue is going to be donated for good causes. So I felt like quite okay about it, but you have to know that. But they also make it like it's fine if you want to bring your own food. Like I had a little cool box with me, just with some water and some snacks and stuff like that, in case, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't like the food or something, to have kind of a reserve. And they were fine with everyone bringing their own food.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. And so also for the event that we're going to on Sunday, it sounds like they have like the gastronomy already organized. They said they'll even bring food to the table. So the event starts at 10 o'clock, but they said from 8:45 p.m. onwards, 8:45 a.m. An hour and 15 minutes before the event starts, they will be serving breakfast. So that sounds quite good, because I will be driving early in the morning. So yeah, the idea of getting some croissants or something, a warm breakfast, sounds quite nice after a 2 to 3 hour drive.
Yeah, for sure. They, as far as I know, they're also selling sandwiches throughout the day. But I don't think they do warm food. So if you want to have something warm, I don't think they'll have that on Sunday. But, I can survive one day with just sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. So we have some questions. Can you really sleep after walking away from the table?
Not really, because the energy is so high. You're kind of in this zone that you want to puzzle. You just want to puzzle more. Like if you do relax, you like dream about puzzling. It was tough to switch off, but you do need to rest. So even if you just lie down and you just like rest your body and just close your eyes, and it's better than nothing. So I would encourage people to do rest in between, even if you can't sleep.
Yeah, because I just imagine that if I was like in that moment with the energy, and then it's like I'm feeling really tired, but when I close my eyes, I'll just be like seeing all the puzzle pieces like moving in front of me, and like just be like still have that buzz. But yeah, as you say, just like resting the body and like not like concentrating, just like letting your eyes rest, I imagine would be very helpful.
Yeah, I only really felt tired after I came home. And then I was like, okay, I'm home. I want to shower and I want to sleep. And that's pretty much what I did. And then I slept from like 9 o'clock in the evening to like 9 o'clock the next day.
Yeah, I think
I was more tired.
I think you need to plan in a recovery day. Well, I'm actually not going to work on Monday. I mean, on Monday evening is EJJ again, but I planned it that I don't have to be in the office on Monday morning, and because I will be getting home around midnight. So the event that we're going to starts at 10, finishes at 8 p.m. And then it's still like another 2 to 3 hour drive to get home.
Yeah, and don't forget that we are probably gonna win. So
yes, of course. We need to stick around for the prize giving. Okay, how long after the event is the prize giving?
Now in Hanu, they were done with counting the pieces about half an hour after it was done, and then they did the prizes as soon as possible because they know people want to be home. So I was able to leave there around like 4:30, and the event ended at 3. But I stayed a little bit and I talked to people and also talked to my team a little bit. But yeah, that's you have to think probably at least another hour.
Yes, well, we know 2 other teams that are going. So one of the teams will have Inga, Eric, Penna, and Rude, I think. And the other team is Minika, Delia, and some of their family and friends. So are you aware of do you know of any other people who are participating?
I know Stein is going from Belgium, but he said he's the only like serious speed puzzler in his team. But sometimes that's enough. Sometimes you just need one person. But we have a pretty good team with fast puzzlers also, and it's about endurance. It's different than doing a 500-piece puzzle or a 1,000-piece puzzle. Like even it's different than doing the pairs event at Worlds. That's like 3 hours of like you can really give it your all. But if you do that at a 10-hour event or a 24-hour event, you just can't do that. So you have to kind of find a rhythm where you are comfortable continuing, you're doing it at a relatively good pace, but you're not like exhausting yourself as much as you would if you were doing a 500-piece puzzle on your own.
Yeah, no, I look forward to who we might see. Well, who we're definitely seeing there. So actually, Minika is bringing me my puzzles from Worlds, and I'm also doing a puzzle swap there. So yeah, looking forward to that. So yeah, actually, and do you want to introduce the other members of our team?
Yeah, so the other members of our team are my fellow teammates from the Let's Puzzle group, which is Joyce, Kati, and Lenka. And then we have another puzzle friend from Luxembourg, Lynn, who was also in our team in Arlon at the beginning of the year. And then Michelle.
Yeah, so we're all 6 of us at the Worlds.
Lynn was not at Worlds. She she couldn't come. It's a scheduling conflict. It's not at a good time of the year for her to take off work.
Yeah, but Lynn was in Trieste, so met her. Yeah, no, that's going to be great. So SJ has the question: does it get smelly by the end of 24 hours?
I mean, it's smelly after the first 10 minutes when everyone is in the hall. There's just so many people. But yeah, especially after 24 hours, I mean, I don't smell the same if I can't shower in between or change clothes or something like that. So, you know, be mindful of that. Pack some deodorant if you're worried about body odor. And for the rest, you know, just be honest with your teammates also. Like, so far, I never had a problem with smell within my team. So everyone's been doing pretty good. But yeah, it can definitely be an issue, you know.
Yeah, so Victor is really keen for a 24-hour event because he has trouble sleeping. And like when Kiara asked him, so for this upcoming competition, they're on the same team, how many hours would you like to puzzle in a row? He said 24 hours and he means it. And Victor...
I mean, I'd like to see it.
I like to see, yeah. Well, actually, when he arrived in Spain, he already hadn't like slept for like days because they had floods in Poland, and I think there were issues with the train or something. So I think he was already like quite wired by the time he arrived in Spain, and then he said he barely slept as well. Yeah, so I just asked if people would be interested in a 24-hour event in Germany. I'm not aware that has happened yet. Because I have been thinking, like, if I organize another event, I think it would make most sense to do a Teams event, because I think the Puzzleverein, so the German Puzzle Association, are doing a really good job of like the regular style events. Like they just had the Leonberg Championship and they're going to do the National Championship. So rather than kind of like doing a repeat or like doing the same, I was thinking like possibly like doing a 24-hour event, or at least like a longer marathon team event. And that also gives like maximum amount of people the opportunity to participate and for the maximum amount of time. Because I always feel like, oh, it's a bit sad, like all the best speed puzzles, they're done in 30 minutes. You know? So like here it's like you really maximize your puzzling time. And like I like the idea that all the teams have the same amount of time, and it's not like, oh, if you're the best you have the least. Like it should also be that the best people also have the maximum amount of puzzling time.
Yeah, that's a fair point, because it is definitely tougher to speed puzzle for 2 hours than it is to speed puzzle for 35 minutes. So in that sense, yeah. And, you know, it's also nice for anyone, whether you're like super fast or not, to just do the event. Like it's such a cool atmosphere, and everybody is just there, you know, like you're doing the same thing, and it's just this kind of a community feeling. It's like a little bit like a festival, but like for puzzle nerds.
Yeah, and so Victor will be teaming up with Stein in Slovenia in less than a month. And Frugy says Stein is everywhere because he was also on the same team with Frugy in Trier. So yeah, he's been at a lot of events recently. And yeah, he is everywhere. Spain, Germany, France, Netherlands, Slovenia. Yeah, so if I were to organize an event, it would probably be in Trier, where I live. It would just be quite hard for me to organize something like in Frankfurt or Cologne from quite a distance. But it's at the back of my mind. It's something I'm thinking about, but we'll see how I like it on Sunday. Yeah, so Victor said he had 40 hours of no sleep before the opening ceremony. This sounds like the 24-hour event is made for you, Victor. Like...
Yeah, and I'm the opposite. Like I need to sleep like at least 8 hours every night. And if I don't, then I don't really function well. So I'm always amazed that people tell me they can like get by on very little hours of sleep, or like not sleep for a really long time, and then they just seem normal. And I'm like, how?
Well, I wish I could puzzle more, because often it's like I have to go to bed, or like it's like my husband's like, remind me you're going to work in the morning, and it's like I feel like I could puzzle in the night, and so it's like, yeah, I need to like test this feeling out. Because like so often people say, like especially Hannah, she's like, oh, you know, I just put the kids to bed and I just thought I would sit down for like, you know, 15 minutes of quick puzzling, and then she's done a 1,000 piece puzzle, so because she couldn't stop. It's always like just 5 more pieces, right?
Yeah.
So any other comments you want to mention about the 24-hour event? Like, do you have like a favorite memory or something funny that happened?
Yeah, I mean, just that we're really happy that we placed in the top 10, because it's very hard to join the event. All the spaces were gone within, I think, 1 minute and 10 seconds or something like that. And if you don't register in that time, you get put on a waiting list. But if you're in the top 10, they invite you back, so your spot is secured. So we already said we are going to do it again next year, and so that's the plan. And hopefully we can defend our 4th place.
So is that how you got into getting a place? Did some of your team members participate last year and get to the top 10?
No, Tanya registered their team and was put on the waiting list, and then only recently found out that we were actually gonna be in it. And then I was only asked, I think, 2 weeks before the event if I wanted to join their team, and so I brought my whole team with me as well. And then our name also made sense, because it was like Doi, like for Deutschland, and then Lux for Luxembourg, because they used to have a person, or there is a person in their team that is from Luxembourg, but who couldn't make it that weekend. So it was the 4 of them and the 4 of us, and we made a really good team, and we didn't know each other before. I mean, I had met Tanya in Trier at the Euro Jigsaw Jam event, and then again in Valladolid. So I knew her a little bit, but I didn't know anybody from the other team, from the rest of the team. So yeah, and we work really well together. So I'm very, very happy about the whole experience.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It sounds like there's so much demand that it sells out so quickly, because also I was told the upcoming one was sold out in 15 minutes, and Chiara had to order had to basically order at midnight. So they are very popular, and because a lot of the teams are there just for fun, and it's something that they do with work, or it's something that they've been doing for years and years and years. And they have a longer history in like the French-speaking parts of Europe. Yeah, it definitely seems to be something that's quite established in the French-speaking part, and also the information of the event for this upcoming Sunday was all in French, so I had to make use of Google Translate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe because Victor is like so good at not sleeping, he should be in a 48-hour event. Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of potential there, so I'll definitely consider that. I'm quite curious to know how it is, and I think that's something that would be really good to bring to Germany and just give people a lot of time to puzzle together, but I will see how that goes with the planning. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Catherine, for sharing all this delicious information. It's very interesting. And to SJ, Fruji, MK, and Victor for sticking with us so long. We have gone 20 minutes over time, even though no one is still puzzling, but I just really wanted to hear all the juicy tidbits about what it's like.
Guinness record for non-stop puzzling.
It's
what is the longest time that you can even be awake? I assume that would be the record.
We can make a competition, puzzle until you drop. or last man standing or something like that. All right, so thanks everyone for sticking with us and commenting and giving all your suggestions and questions. That's been really wonderful. And I hope everyone who participated enjoyed the puzzle. Schmid's Garage Sale by Amy Stewart. And the next competition is on Monday, which is Monday, 4th of November at 7 p.m. It will be a solo competition. Yeah, so look forward to seeing everyone again then. Thanks, everyone, and good night.
Bye.